Yeah, and so the Bane comes out. Now, for Cybercats, again, they came through the open qualifiers. They came through the closed qualifiers and got into the Division 2. So they might have some different ideas on how they want to play this game. The Dragonite's a really good hero. You know, we've seen a couple of bans. Well, I saw a few bans, you know, on the D2CL. The Dragon Knight kind of, his popularity didn't really get changed with the nerf, because what the nerf was, the fireball got taken down from 80 damage per second to something like 70, 75 damage per second.
75.
Yeah. So the Dragon Knight and the Bane coming out. So the Dragon Knight as well at level 25 with the 400 AoE Dragon Tail stun. Now, I have a question about that. Is that 400 AoE from where the Dragon Tail lands or around the Dragon Knight?
From where it lands.
Okay.
From where it lands. Though the thing is, it's the animation or the cursor. It's gonna look like, let's say, a Sven stun. You know.
Yeah.
That's the way. So you're gonna click on a hero and then around to where you are casting it. It's gonna stun heroes. Though I'm not. What I'm not sure is about the animation. Does it go like 5 stuns everywhere from the DK, or does he throw it out and then once it lands, everyone around it gets stunned? That's something that I don't know, but it does work like that. It's from where it lands. Then there is the AOE.
Okay. And yeah, so I think he's a really good hero at the minute. Like I said, the nerf didn't really affect him. That he's a very strong. It's hard to take down, and one move don't have, as far as I can see, any break to get through the Dragon's Blood as well. So maybe we see. No, we're not going to see a carry hoodwink. That would just be daft.
Yeah, I think one move are gonna be going for something like an Ursa here. That does make sense for me, because they need heavy damage. They need a hero that is good at Roche, because they already have a Shadow Shaman, so something that can actually help with that one would be quite nice. Pango is nice as well, but you want it down in just a few seconds. You want a hero that is actually able to threaten the DK in the lane, because when you look at Cybercats lineup, you would look at them and they'll be like, these guys, they don't have that much damage, do they? But the thing is that heroes on the side of one move, they're really not that tanky. And now the Terrorblade, he also falls into that category of not being very tanky. So in my mind, what one move are going to be doing here now when I see the TB is, we don't care about fighting, we don't care about engaging you, we only care about defending towers. That's what they're going to use the Pango for. Every single DK form is going to be responded to with the Pango ulti. And then if we cannot defend the tower, we're going to trade. And what the one move are going to do, they're just going to run around the map. The problem is, and try to gank people. The problem is this Bane. The Bane, I think, will be the main hero for Cybercats. First off, he stops the Pango in his role, which is, of course, always a big deal. But the other thing is, once one move starts spreading the map, you can see a lot of mobility on the heroes. Pango, Storm, and Pugna, all three very fast and mobile heroes. They want to spread the map. They want to catch the heroes alone. Mainly the Bane and the Faceless Void, I'd say, would be their targets, given that DK and Snapfire have innate a lot of tankiness on their side. And, of course, while you're doing that, the TB is farming. So it's a pretty straightforward draft, but not that easy to execute still. I think something that we didn't touch upon, Rob, is that one move are coming in as the heavy favorites of the series. Yesterday, I watched Cybercats and Wayfarers, and boy, oh boy, did both teams make a shit ton of mistakes. It was just too much.
Yeah, and I think that's something that Cybercats are going to try and get out of the system. And you've got to think that one move, they were ex-Gambit, you know, Wayfarer being AS Monaco Gambit, but one move have been together for a decent amount of time. Cybercats, they've got to work this out of the system, you know, they've got to play together, they've got to... and that's what I like about the D2CL and smaller events like that you see teams that are Division 2 quality run it, just to try and get the bugs out of the system, you know, trying to get that team cohesion, build that team cohesion, and start to play better. So I would like to see more events like that, you know, and more events for teams in Division 2, maybe Division 1.5 as well, those that are in between relegation to Division 2 or you know, promotion to Division 1. Just give them that extra little bit of a boost in terms of just coming together as a team. But Cybercats, unfortunately for them now, they have to do it on the night or midday, as it is only 3 p.m., 5 p.m. for them if they're playing on Russian time.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't affect them too much. It is midday, as you said. Either way, Cybercats do go for December Spirit, so now that point they're lacking damage, it's not there any longer. The only problem I see with the Ember is that you picked a hero that, yeah, we talked about it. The Ember Storm, it is a skill matchup, but I don't think that's the case any longer. As in the let's say 4 years ago, they narrowed the mid lane towers closer to each other, and suddenly the Ember Spirit lost the chance to chase down the Storm. If there is no kill potential in the Storm, Storm is never afraid. He is a winner in every matchup against a melee hero, almost every matchup, and you know, he just has so much armor, so the Sleight of Fist doesn't really hurt him as much as some of these other heroes. So in my mind, you just gave the opening to a Storm Spirit to win the lane, and the Storm is the main hero for the side of Cybercats. It wouldn't surprise me if he goes double null. Power treads into an Orchid in this game in particular, because all of these heroes, especially the Faceless Void and the Ember Spirit, are going to struggle so much against it.
And moving through now, you can see that... Do Cybercats want to smoke up here? I'm just taking a look at the items. It doesn't look like it. Looks like they are going to split off. But Snapfire starts straight Bracer Tangos. DK Focus is going to go for the double gauntlets of strength. It looks like it's going to be the double braces for him. So this offlane, how do you even get through the amount of health that these two have?
You don't. It's just gonna be the Pugna poking, using the movement speed to get away from them, just trying to get the Snapfire. And you know, you're gonna allow the DK to free farm, but you want your Terrorblade to get a free farm as well. That is what this lane is gonna be looking like, and maybe we see rotation from the Storm once he gets to level 6. But more than likely, it's gonna be Afterlife that is actually targeting the DK. Maybe even both of them. I just want them to destroy DK Fogus as the first tower pushes start coming out, because before that one I just don't see a chance for them to go on him. Oh, rune fight?
Crash, yeah, Kill Crash comes out. There's going to be the Nether Blast coming through now as well, but 4 heroes grouping up around this rune, so it is going to go the way. It's going to be a 2 for 2 in terms of runes. Melodule as well, something interesting. He's taking down the Observer Ward right down to 50 health just for that quick deny in case the sentry goes down. But where it was being pinged on Cybercats when Igor, because Igor did come up, he did the trick where you come into the tower range, but you still stay outside of the tower vision. He got hit by a couple of shots. He was pinging over to the right-hand side, just over, and so there's no sentry as far as I can see that's gone down. So Melijo's just looking for that quick deny in case a sentry does come out, but there isn't one to be seen at the minute.
Igor, maybe he thinks that the deny did come out. I'm not sure, but whatever the case, for now, the ward will stay there, and Meliel will be quite happy with that. We are looking at this mid lane. Of course, it's not gonna be too interesting at the start, but we're probably gonna see a Storm just getting a little bit ahead of the Ember Spirit as the laning stage progresses.
Meanwhile, Snap going to be taking another blast to the face here. Fezzo just needs to back himself away from this Pantomime, doing a lot of damage to Fezzo, even through that Bracer. So he is going to be able to backpack that and get that salve off if he wants to get back to full health. Even the Tangos, if he wants to. It's going to take him a little bit longer to do that, but the regen from the Bracer shouldn't be ignored as well. You know, even just the one regen before that 25-minute mark, it's still a decent amount for the Snapfire. But again, now the blast coming through. Fezzo needs to be careful here. Fogus. He's actually going to go for... I've seen a couple of different builds here for the Dragon Knight. Sometimes you go for the Dragon Tail at level 1 into the Dragon's Blood, but he's going to opt to go for the Dragon's Breath. Is that just because he's coming up against a Terrorblade in this lane?
The Snapfire went to the side. You wanted to secure the range creep. That is the only reason. You would want the Dragon Tail in the best case scenario, but you know, if your Snapfire is being pulled to the side, you're not playing together, you're not really gonna get the stun off anyways.
Right. Okay, and Smiling Knight's already popped that Metamorphosis, so the Nether Ward's down as well. Focus, the Breathe Fire comes out, so he's gonna be taking a little bit of damage, and not a lot of mana left here for the Dragon Knight, but he doesn't have any spells to cast anyway, at least until that level 3 if he wants to go for the next point into the Dragon Tail. Pantomime. It is easy gold on the table if Phasor can find it, but in these trees it's so hard and it ticks out so quickly at level 1. So not going to be able to pick that up.
Cybercats would want to be a bit more aggressive on the Stairblade. The DK doesn't take that much damage even if it's the meta, but the thing is they don't have the stun on the DK as you mentioned, and it just makes the lane a lot harder. And I like what Pantomime is doing. He's just playing around with Fezor, threatening with the poles, blocking the camps. There are some sentry wards coming out, and finally they get on top.
Terrorblade is level 3, not there onto the Dragon Knight. Oh, sorry to interrupt, but he's not going to be able to get it off. So Smile Knight is going to be able to run some fight. I think he was waiting on one more creep, and maybe thinking that the friendly creeps would have been able to take that down. It didn't come out.
Okay, he went for 2 points in Breathe Fire. He's like, these guys aren't touching me. I have no mana for 2 of my spells. Well, why the hell not? It is gonna be annoying to the Terrorblade, given that they're mostly gonna be in a 1 versus 1. It seems like with Pantomime doing a good job. Yeah. It's actually a good tool to stop the Terrorblade from hitting all of his creeps.
Yeah, the damage reduction, it's a pain in the ass. Is it 30%? 25% damage reduction, yeah. And even that, taking it away from Smiling Knight, especially in the melee form, when he has to come in, trying to time the last hits on maybe on a range creep the Dragon Knight that could then look to deny. It's just anything to be a bit of a pain in the ass here from Fogus.
Okay, so again, last game we saw a lot of kills at the start, but this time around we're seeing that usual Eastern European ceasefire until minute 7 is actually working here. So 1 move and Cybercats, they're just playing this one slowly, and you can't really say who it's gonna favor. In my mind, I think if 1 move starts making moves first, they're gonna be quite happy with how the lanes are going, since when you look at it, you don't really think that any of their heroes have any potential for kills.
And just a cheeky play there from the Snapfire, moving through the river, takes the water in, and then just cliffs himself with the cookie to get up to the high ground here. Top lane though, Shigetsu's going to be taking a lot of damage. He's already used that time walk, so the shackle's coming through from Sayu, but the Nightmare will be there. And it looks like Pangalea not going to be able to follow up onto this. The Faceless Void should be fine, and Sayu is... I mean, he's getting cheeky. He's looking to get in onto this neutral camp pull on the double stack. Is he going to be able to get the Afterlife moving in now as well? So I don't think anyone picked up that range creep. Yeah, I don't think it went the way of anyone. I think it was just a neutral deny, though, to take that. But Pangalea, something I don't usually see on the Pango, at least I don't see it. Pango's going for the double bracer as well.
Interesting. I'm thinking he wants to be maybe left alone here, that they're gonna allow Seiyu to move a little bit more. That is the main reason that I would think the Pango goes for something like this. Yeah, it's not too common. We see a 1 bracer. I haven't seen 2 for some time though.
Yeah, and like I say, the 1 comes out, so like I say, is he just going to be relying on that shield crash and the swashbuckler to get himself out of danger? Maybe let Saish move into the middle. There is going to be the shackles coming through from Sai though, so shield crash comes out, and that is going to be the first blood. Afterlife picks it up with the swashbuckle.
Bottom lane.
Fogus gets the kill onto Pantomime. And he does level 4, has that 1 point into the Dragon Tail, so the stun does come through now. Smile Knight pops for the Metamorphosis once again.
So right now, with the double bracer on the Pango and with the DK hitting level 5, the offlaners are going to be pretty much uncontested. So they're not going to be touched too much by anyone. So I think there's going to be the supports probably rallying around the mid lane. And it's a perfect time given that the runes are going to start spawning right now.
Yeah, and Ego are going to be pushed away here because the Pantomime does drop the Nether Ward once again. So Ego just moves himself back. Doesn't want to go for the Remnant up to the high ground. Anything like that, a Slight Fist or anything. Just uses his own 2 feet, which is a little bit odd for the Ember Spirit with all the mobility built into the hero. Meanwhile, Fezor, what's he got coming out? He's got a smoke. So is this going to be a single hero smoke? Do you think the Dragon Knight's going to rotate off here as well? What's the idea behind this?
I don't see anyone rotating right now. If there would be a rotation, I think it's going to be towards the DK. That would be the one that makes most sense. The top lane, again, we're seeing an engagement, and H2O might be in some trouble. Okay, he'll be fine for now.
Yeah, it just backs himself. That's a great name, by the way, H2O.
Oh,
so
okay.
Many puns.
Now I actually get it, man. I didn't even pay attention.
So we go, just getting a couple creeps the night away from him. Saush on the top lane, like I say, he's just moving through. Both supports just getting a little bit away. They're going for a wander away from the carries, the cores in this lane. H2O does have the block here with the ward. Sayush moves himself in, but there is going to be a Nightmare. Any follow-up coming through from this? Afterlife's going to move himself down as this Nightmare looks to take off. The Shackles are going to be there in Afterlife. He does have the Shield Cross. He has the Swashbuckler if he wants to go for it. He doesn't have the mana for it now, but they're still going to be able to get the kill onto H2-1. So now needs to move himself away. Time Warp comes out now as well, but the damage isn't going to be enough. It will be enough. Shigetsu gets that kill, wants to get himself back into the lane. Just using the stick, like you say, to get himself
bottom lane.
The health, the mana. It looks like Dragon Tail comes out. Either going to be able to take down Pantomime once again. The Breathe Fire, the TP. The Crab Fire, the damage is not going to be enough focus. He does get the damage there with the poison, with the Breathe Fire damage coming through on that Dragon form. And this,
he did
in
get
the river
the
though.
hit off before. Oh.
They're going to be able to get a little bit of a dive. Melajewel, what's he going to be able to do here? Ego, can they take down Melajewel? It's only level 4 on H2.
He's too deep.
To get the Fiend's Grip. Yeah, he went way too deep.
Sleep
3
save?
heroes sleep. Is it going to be enough to get himself down to the low ground? Slight Fist, he might be able to turn this one around. They get the kill onto the Storm Spirit, so Melajewel overextending there on his own part of the map. And Ego, 100% calculated for him there.
Cybercats are doing a really good job, and there's even going to be a dive here on Seiyu.
Yeah, he's going to go even further. The Brainstorm comes through. The Hex doesn't matter because he does still have that Flame Guard coming through. Is the Decrepify going to be enough?
Oh,
with the
he's
Shackles?
caught.
It might be, will be. And they're going to be able to get that return kill onto him. And this time,
more.
Ego, he goes way too far. The chase coming through from that the Rolling Thunder and Afterlife was a Swashbuckler. Is he going to be able to get the kill? One more right click. Afterlife picks himself up a double kill and a killing spree. 4-4 in this game so far. 3-0-1 on the Pango alone.
Overextension coming out from Igor, and without much reason to do so. The thing is that the DK was already left alone, so he already forced out a lot of TPs towards the mid lane, which means that the DK will take his tower. He's not going to be touched at the start, so you really didn't need to dive there. It was just him being greedy and thinking he can get away with it. And now, DK Focus, he found Pantomime, but I just don't know if they can punish him. 13-1 charges on him as well.
Oh, who found who here? There is going to be the Vortex right back in, but the rotation coming through from Ember Spirit is going to be able to catch out 3 heroes here. So he's trying to do the best he can. He does have those shackles available.
Supports
but it looks
are
like
dead.
Pantomime is he going to be able to do enough damage onto this? It looks like Pantomime's trying to get the deny off, and the Dragon Tail comes up onto Sayush once again. The damage will be there from Focus. Maybe not get Slight Fist, just to make sure the job gets done. So, like you say,
without the Pango, the side of one move, they have no fight.
yeah. And Cybercats, like I say, doing a really, really good job here at the minute, just to get those damage, get those kills off. Melajewel, does he want to try and make dive here? There is 3 heroes about. Terrorblade's close by as well, so he might give away his partner. He doesn't want to be doing that. They're going to go into Pantomime instead with the cookie to Decrepify as well as that Nether Ward comes through, but they easily clear up the ward, and the Dragon's Breath here. Focus once again in that Dragon's form. Going to be wearing off, but not before they get a decent amount of damage onto this tier 1 tower. It looks like even with the Catapult close, Ego are going to be able to clean up the creeps with the Flame Guard. He gets the damage onto the tower, and the Kata Wave coming in from Cybercats now as well. So this tier 1 tower should go down to about half health.
Yeah, one move have to defend this one. They cannot allow the mid lane tower to fall. If you look at Cybercats, they're very hard to kill, so posturing aggressively on the enemy part of the map is going to be quite easy for them, and you don't want to be using your Rolling Thunder for defending your jungle and not being able to take a single objective. If you keep doing that on the side of one move, you're going to be getting farther and farther behind. Sure, you have the Terrorblade to win the game later on, but you still need to be getting a few kills without some of your big spells. And look at the DK, even dodges them on the bottom lane. This is a problem because the mid lane tower again will be taking some damage, and of course Cybercats now they can choose where they want to fight, and fighting around the Faceless Void with a Mask of Madness will actually bring them a kill.
Yeah, and I like that in true fashion of Ice Rock, he kind of when he buffed Dragon Knight with the Shard, he buffed one of the strengths of the hero, because he is a big tanky hero, we know that, but with the Dragon's form, with the Breathe Fire as well, he does have a decent amount of push potential, so the Fireball comes out on a Shard on that, just adds to that push potential, and it just makes this hero that he can push down a lane. He could solo a tier 2 tower while the rest of the team are fighting, especially while there's a Terrorblade versus a Faceless Void, because I think the Faceless Void comes on into the team fights a little bit earlier than the Terrorblade does, so that means that DK Focus, especially if you're fighting on your side of the map, it's 4v4 between one move and Cybercats while Terrorblade's farming and Dragon Knight's pushing out, but all of a sudden the Dragon Knight turns up and it just turns fights on its head.
Cybercats can just let this tower go on top. You can see that they're staying in the vicinity. They want to catch one move on the retreat, because one move, they don't want to stay here for too long. Take down the tower and they want to get away. But that getting away part is going to be a little bit hard. Oh, Cybercats are even going to decide to fight this one. They have the spells to do so with Igor. They might just be capable of doing it.
Yeah, H2O rotated in now as well, so he's going to have the Fiend's Grip. He is level 6. And that might be... It's going to be the mid lane TP, so there is going to be the deny coming through from the Ember Spirit, though. Meljoul, did you want to dive onto Fogus? Fogus was already away. And look at him, he's got himself 1,500 health with just the power treads as well as the brace. The Soul Ring comes out as well, so this is a big tanky boy here to try and take down. With the regen... Oh, top lane, though. They're going to be able to get the Shackles off. The Rowan Thunder comes through, so they do get the kill onto Shigetsu. Just couldn't get off... Did he already use... He didn't use the Time Walk. Couldn't get off the Chronosphere there either. So Shayush with the lockdown was enough to get the kill there onto Shigetsu with the help of Afterlife. Mid lane though. Can they take down Pantomime once again? The Flame Guard going to be doing damage. You get the tier 1 tower in the mid lane. The Sleight of Fist comes out. Igor picks it up. Easy there for Igor.
A very easy one. I was about to say before that Void kill, but still, I think so. Cybercats are actually moving around and reading the map better than the side of one move. You can see that on the top lane they were waiting for all of the heroes of one move to actually show themselves, then go in. And as soon as they were going in, the DK was rotating from the bottom lane towards the mid lane. So they knew exactly that they were gonna push that one down. I like that one move actually got out of the top lane. They didn't get caught in the mid lane, but still their tower was taking more and more damage, and finally it's going to be Cybercats getting that kill. Other than the Faceless Void dying on the top lane, there hasn't been much going in favor of the side of one move in this game, and they're going for a smoke. The good thing for them is that they have the Diffusive Blade of the Pango. The bad thing is if the Pango gets caught and dies, you have no fight. You have no team fight, you have no lockdown, you have no damage, you have literally nothing, and Melioul going for BKB means that's not really going to change. He's just going to have a defensive item.
Yeah, and Storm Spirit, I mean, I suppose even if he goes for this BKB, he's still got to be careful about the Fiend's Grip coming out on the side of Cybercats, and it's going to be, or even the Chronosphere. So, you know, even this BKB, it's not going to be the end-all be-all answer of keeping himself protected in these fights. And you can see now, Cybercats, they are grouping up. There's going to be a 2-man smoke, but a 4-man rotation overall. Looks like who are they going to be able to find out here? Fogus does have that blink dagger. The smoke's going to break. Is he going to be able to get himself onto the Storm Spirit? He's not. So they're going to go for the Pugna instead. Pugna going to get himself away from the Sleight of Fist. Comes out once again. Igor is absolutely bullying Pantomime here in this game so far.
Yeah, you know, as soon as you think, okay, I'm not gonna die to the Ember Spirit now, just poop, and you're dead. And that's exactly what's going on every single time. Or, like, I have a Decrepify, but this guy is just following you around and just finishes you off with another Sleight of Fist. One move right now, they don't even have one move to make around the map. Everything is being taken away from them. The vision, the map control, and now
they're even going to be able to find out the Pangolier. There's going to be the backline, so Meljoul, he
survived.
Yeah, he cancels off that Fiend's Grip, or the Fiend's Grip goes, but there's going to be a really nice shield crash there. Chronosphere comes out, who's he caught? He's only got Sayush. I think the Storm Spirit was still turning in that. Was he? I don't know what happened there. It was like he was just on the edge of it, but
chains. He was chained on the edge, yeah.
And this is why we have co-casters. Well, that's not the only reason we have co-casters.
You know, another set of eyes.
Yeah, yeah. And you know exactly what's going on in the game. You can explain it to me, not only the people watching, but me as well.
You know, the thing is with the Twitch chat, with Dota viewers, players, they know everything, so it's only for you. You know, you're the one that needs to learn here, so I'm here to make you a better player. Igor, though, in the mid lane.
The dive comes in. The Nightmare's going to be doing a decent job at keeping him alive, so he was able to get that Remnant away to safety. And Ember Spirit now, he's going to be going towards a BKB of his own. And looking at 16 minutes in, let's take a look at the net worth. We can see that the Ember Spirit is top. You know, the Faceless Void's doing a decent job there in second place. Not too far behind is the Terrorblade. But now, with the fight starting to break out from Cybercats, you know, Terrorblade, they're going to be able to get the Sages onto Meljoul as well. Smiling Knight, he's got himself the Manta style. And that's really interesting because you usually see, you know, the Skadi's queued up next. But do you think he... Oh, he's going to queue up the Skadi. I was going to say, do you think he goes for the BKB? Do you think at any point here the Terrorblade goes for the BKB?
Yeah, the Faceless Void has a Maelstrom, the Ember has a Maelstrom, the Mortimer's Kisses, you just have to get it. It is not even a question.
Yep. Focus is in, he's going to drag back onto the Vortex, so can he get himself away from this Melduel? Wants to be keeping up, he's going to go into 3 heroes, there's going to be a really nice Rolling Thunder as well. Focus gets taken down by the Storm Spirit, and it looks like this is going to be one move's turn to get aggressive. Phasor, can he get himself away from this? Not with the Rolling Thunder coming through, this is going to be a really nice swashbuckle. Afterlife cleaning up the kill once again, unstoppable here for the little Pangolier that could.
This is the carry making a difference. Sometimes you're gonna see carries in tier 2 teams be like, I'm just gonna farm, we're losing, but you can see that Smiling Knight definitely knows what he's doing. So the first move that he made, of course there was that overextension from Cybercats. They didn't kill the Pango, they thought we killed the Pango, we win the fight. They don't kill the Pango, they lose 3 of their heroes, and they even lose the Chrono while getting only the supports. And then what happens is the Terrorblade knows there's no Chrono, he knows there's no Mortimer's Kisses, and he makes a call. I thought the call was gonna be straight go towards the mid lane tower, but he understood because he has the Shadow Shaman, they could take Roche. Just before that, we're gonna be seeing a fight here.
The Mortimer Kisses comes in, was locked down onto the Storm Spirit. H2O wasn't in range, so we couldn't get off that Fiend Script now. The chase onto Sayush, it's going to be the blink in from Focus. Focus, the blink was still on cooldown for 3 seconds, and Melduel will be able to get himself away from this as Sayush just goes for the stop into the shovel because he thinks he's safe. Well, he knows he's safe. With the Terrorblade illusions around, with the Storm Spirit, you know, how could you not be safe? And the Philosopher's Stone even picked up on the side of one move, but Sayush maybe overstayed his welcome here in this top lane. He is hanging around with Melduel. Afterlife's going to TP in as well.
They see everyone.
Nightmare comes out onto the illusion. Oh yeah, they do. They're going to see H2O backing up, and they're going to know that Igor is roughly around here, not specifically where he is, but it looks like Igor.
With the new blink.
Do they want to make a dive here from Melduel? Melduel's going to go in. They're actually going to go into H2O. H2O can get himself away from this with the Nightmare. It's not going to be able to Shackles come through with the Vortex now as well. Enough to get the kill there on Melduel. And the lane is just going to push in. Even with the does the Terrorblade want to join onto this? Because he's still going to have the Nether Blast coming through from Pantomime. You know, the Serpent Walls get dropped for this now as well. So Terrorblade, he's going to be close by, but he just continues to farm. You're looking towards getting that Scardy up for the fights. And he's already got himself 1 Ultimate Orb as well.
You want to force Cybercats to use the Chrono, to use the Mortimer's Kisses in a situation where they're on the defensive, so on their part of the map. So even when they use them, they're not going to be able to get any objectives out of it, not get any map control, and they're even going to have to run away from that area. So that's why they're forcing this too much. I'm actually surprised that Cybercats aren't taking the bait. But the thing is, while this is happening, you need to do something else. You need to push out some other lane and make sure that something is happening on the map, because right now it just looks like they gave the tower for free, and the only thing that Cybercats are trying to do is play off of their timings. The problem is you're playing against the Terrorblade. This should be the strongest hero on the map.
Yeah,
DK caught.
Going to be a massive dive in here. Melduel, though, there's going to be a really nice shield crash on with the Rolling Thunder onto 2 heroes, and 1 move. They just pick up 2 heroes for free, and this was a really nice ward. You can see it coming down. Oh, Igor gets the counter Pantomime. But you could see that the ward here in the Radiant Jungle, just next to the camp, between the outpost and the camp, Bogus was playing around this, playing in vision, and Sayush just waited for his teammates to get close enough, got the blinking, got the shackles off, and it was an easy pick off there onto both Bogus as well as the Snapfire here for the side of 1 move.
Okay. This game right now, it is even, but Cybercats, they played the early game really well, but as soon as they needed to start spreading the map and play top lane, bottom lane, bottom lane, kind of switch between those positions, they started going too deep on the bottom lane and making mistakes. So now it's time for a smoke. They have the Chrono, they have the Mortimer's Kisses, they pretty much have everything in 2 fresh BKBs, so this is a fight that they should never lose. The thing is though, while the top lane tower was being pushed, they weren't doing much in securing the map control, which means that this smoke is going to be quite obvious. They might even get scanned out exactly where they are.
Yeah, it's going to be the dive scan. It's an illusion. Oh, they dropped Mortimer Kisses. They broke the smoke.
That scan destroyed them. That scan literally destroyed. They used the scan and the illusion triggered it. I'm not even sure what triggered it. I actually thought that the illusion wasn't in the circle, but I can only assume that it was.
I think it was the Terrorblade just moving through the triangle, just leaving. Like, he didn't stay to farm, it was just that quick blip of him moving in and out. And then obviously they see the illusion, and the ping's gone on that scan, so they know there's heroes around, and that's just painful to watch.
Yep. It definitely is, and that was the move where Cybercats now they have their timing. There's not gonna be a bigger strength like discrepancy between the teams than these two BKBs, right? It is something that makes Cybercats unkillable, something that allows them not to have to use the chrono at the start of the fight. If you can't get it on the Storm and on the Pango, you want to use the chrono at the tail end of the fight. You don't want to use it while the Rolling Thunder is going. It's definitely not going to help you get the kills. It's only going to help you disengage. So Cybercats, they have all the tools to fight right now, and losing the fight would be disastrous.
Speaking about the fight, it looks like they're going to be able to go on the Rolling Thunder. The shield crash comes out. Are they going to be able to do anything to the snapback? BKB already used by Igor. He's going to try and turn around to Meljo. Meljo locked down by the steering chains. Looks like the Dragon Tail comes through as well. Did they have the damage to finish off though? It doesn't look like the reverse drain coming through as well.
Void's TP'd bot.
Literally breathing life into Meljo here as Focus will be chased down and killed off. And yeah, you can see that the Faceless Void wasn't anywhere near this fight. And that was, in fact, if they'd got that with the Pantomime, with Meljo being locked down by the steering chains.
They see him.
Could have been a really nice Chronosphere. And the Ward does see him. You're right, Sayush. He's on the move. He's moving through the trees. Does he re-reveal himself? It looks like H2O is going to be able to go for the... Maybe try to go for that ward deny, but it's not. Meljo even comes in with the deny of the cookie, though. And you can see Meljo, he was already preempting that. He was already moving himself into danger, but the Fiend's Grip comes out. So they are going to be able to get the kill into the Storms, where it's Shigetsu. Can he get himself anything from this? Still holding that Chronosphere. So they're going to be able to turn that one around. 2 kills on 2 supports for, I guess, the DK. The illusion from the Terrorblade still doing a lot of damage on the Swashbuckle off the mark. The cookie comes out now as well. Shield Crash, Afterlife, multiple kisses. Once again, Afterlife though. Chronosphere committed onto this. They're going to be able to take down this Pangolier, it looks like. And Shigetsu picks that one up. So maybe great bait mate there from Shigetsu. You know, that 4D chest revealing himself on the ward.
A few things there. So in terms of tactical movements, one move that was perfect. In terms of execution, it's really bad, and you can see that from 4 of their heroes dying. So what ended up is Meliol, who is pretty much well known for playing these mobile heroes, Puck and the Storm in particular, made such an uncharacteristic mistake. So they jumped the Bane, and they had him shackled up, but he got fed a cookie. And the Storm, when he saw the Snapfire, he wanted both of the skills, went towards the Snapfire, and then the cookie connected on him. At that second, the shackle stopped, and the Fiend's Grip came out. As soon as the Storm was dead, you knew that the Shadow Shaman was gonna die. You knew that the Pugna was gonna die, and they're still not stopping. And understandably so, the enemies don't have their ultis.
Yeah, it looks like they are gonna be able to get the kill on Phasor. He gets taken down. Meljo now. It's just gonna again take that breath of life from Pantomime, though. I don't know what kind of life it is, as the little creepy skeleton boy gives it back to him. It's like it's gotta be necromancy magic.
As I said, tactically, it was great because you're dying on your opponent's part of the map, but it's super bad to lose that many heroes. But now you can do whatever you want.
He's going to be going in with the BKB. The Vortex comes out as well onto H2O. H2O's not going to be able to get that Fiend's Grip off. He's not going to be able to get anything off because he's dead. Fires back into this. The chase is on now. And listen, Meljo, the BKB is going to run off. So the steering chase, it comes through onto both the mid and the carry. Do the intervening follow-up on the Shigetsu. Doesn't have that Chronosphere, but they could continue chasing out. Swashbuckle comes through here from Afterlife. And it looks like the side of one move, they're going to play the best move and just move themselves back out of danger, back to their side of the map.
You get a kill, you get a tower, and you force out the BKBs. That is the thing right now. What one move are trying to do is go in, force out BKBs, go out. Go in, force out BKBs, go out with minimal casualties. Good thing from Shigetsu that he isn't using his BKB at all, so at least the Faceless Void will have that chance to just dish out the damage even without his Chronosphere. That is gonna be a big deal. So one move, they're gonna be happy with the map control that they have gained, but they're not gonna be happy that this Faceless Void is still a problem. Shigetsu's BKB needs to go down to like 7 seconds, and your TB needs to create a bit more of a net worth difference, which in terms of which hero farms faster, he should be able to do it, but still forcing out the BKB is a big deal that is actually going to allow your Terrorblade to carry this game.
Yeah, and speaking about BKBs, Terrorblade, he's about 600 gold off from having his as well, which might swing this even further in favor of one move in these fights. At the minute, Afterlife just pushing out. It looks like he's going to TP away Melojul's away from the rest of the team as well. So it's a 3 and a 2 here from the side of one move, but they are on their side of the map, or near or close to their side of the map, that if anything did kick off, the rest of the team could TP in quite quickly. Roshan, though, 17 seconds away. H2O, is he going to be checking this pit? Does he want to stick himself in this? Or is it going to be the Terrorblade illusion? Because the Terrorblade, there are wards down around the pit. So the Terrorblade illusion checks it as well. 2 seconds too early.
Cybercat's in a better position to fight the Roche. The thing is, though, bottom tier 1 is falling, so it might be a cue for Cybercats for one of their heroes to go there. I think at this point in the game, you just ditch the tier 2. You just ditch some damage on the tier 1. You just ditch some damage on the tier 2 as well, and you try to fight around the Roche pit because, again, Cybercats, this is their timing. The problem is, once the Wraith pack comes out on the Pango, once the BKB on the Faceless Void is low, you're gonna have to use the Chrono early on in the fight. Then there's the Wraith pack, there is the Nether Ward. It reduces the damage, the heroes survive, there's a Sunder, and you've suddenly lost the fight. So Cybercats, this is the time for them. It has been their time for the past 5 minutes, but just unable to find the right jump. Maybe it's time to even go deeper than last time. Try to find the Pango. If you're able to do that, then the fight is gonna be a lot easier for them.
Yeah, and there's a couple of items coming out that I think Cybercats might want to complete before the commit to the fight. They've got the shard that's close on focus, and they've got the Ember Spirit close to his Aghanim Scepter. In fact, he's going to TP down to the tier 1. Quick Sleight of Fist will pick up the gold for that. He's going to be able to get it off his courier that's over on the side shop as well, so he's going to be able to ferry that one in. And then, like you say, they could look to make a move. They could look to take a fight, or look to take a Roshan, because he does have that. He did have the jump there on the Remnant, so Ego's going to be able to clear off that bottom lane. Doesn't even need to give up the tier 1 tower just yet, as it looks like they're going to try and go towards Roche. Yeah, Sleight Fist comes out, they check it. Ego, they know the Roshan is up, the big man is there. But where's the rest of one move? Where are they? As these wards are down, they've got the sentries. Looks like they might go for a massive backstab here.
They're gonna force Cybercats to defend the top lane. That's where they're gonna catch them. And the Faceless Void, he's actually gonna take the bait. Shigetsu, he's waiting for the Bane to be close to save him from the shackles.
The Hex comes out, it's gonna be immediately taken out. He doesn't have any buyback. They're even gonna be able to take down the Bane as well. That's 2 heroes dead. That's gonna be a really nice rotation. Like you say, it was a great bait.
That's Rax.
And yeah, without 2 heroes without buyback, you've got the Serpent Wards, you've got Smiling Knight that's inside his Metamorphosis form. Even with the Fireball coming through, you can see that not all the creeps are inside it, so that's going to be the tier 3 going down. It's going to be a lane of racks, and then they can back off towards the Roshan pit if they want to here on the side of one move. In fact, are they even going to go further? Do they want to go for tier 3s into the mid lane? It looks like they do. Do you want to expose these racks? Do you want the Serpent Wards to do the job onto the melee racks, and then just take down this tier 3 tower into the mid lane? And what can Cybercats do about this? 35 seconds, 37 seconds without all 5 heroes. It's going to be so much time. 35 seconds, it feels like 35 years while you wait for these heroes to come back up.
Going for the second lane of Rax was a mistake from one move. That was Rax and Roche, for sure. Right now, they can't take the Roche because the spells and Cybercats are there, but a few things there. You saw how they set it up one move. They knew where their enemies are, especially once the Ember Spirit TP'd on the bottom lane. They could go deeper, pushing out the lane, and then waiting for the Faceless Void. The Faceless Void was waiting for his Bane, knowing if the sleep comes out, he jumps out, uses the BKB, they can win this fight. But the thing is, he didn't expect so much damage, and now they're trying to come over, but it seems like damage from one move is gonna be enough here in time.
Ooh, big dive in from the Remnant. He's going to be able to get off anything. He's going to be able to catch out Sage, but even Sage has a BKB here now as well. So he's going to be able to get the shackles off. The Hex comes through now as well, and onto Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit's going to be locked down. The Multiple Kisses not doing anything because, again, Sage does still have that BKB going. And Ego up onto the cliff. He's going to be diving through here. Afterlife, it's going to be a really nice, but he gets caught in the Fiend's grip though. Do they have the damage to take him down with the Fireball? It looks like at least they're going to be able to group up onto this. Okay, so decent fight coming through after the Aegis was taken though here from Cybercats.
Why didn't they kill the Ember Spirit?
Who knows?
Why? I mean, that was literally the, you know, the spirits, they are brothers. I'm guessing the Storm kind of felt sorry for his brother. The Terrorblade didn't want to come close. They had the Aegis on the Storm, so no way that he was afraid of getting chronoed. Who the hell cares? I mean, that was such a big blunder from the side of one move. He probably just left the Ember to die to the Terrorblade, but the Terrorblade didn't want to commit. Smiling Knight was way too scared. Still, either way, tactically, it's great for one move, but just a very uncharacteristic mistake because they made such a great move on the top lane, and now an easy thing. The Ember just came in. He wants to die, and you say, "No, my friend, live and win the team fight for your team." That is very weird, but still, it does give a little bit of breath to Cybercats, which we're gonna be happy to because this game is still gonna continue.
Yeah, just watching Shigetsu, he changed his mind. He did have that Satanic queued up, but instead he's going to go for the Refresher. Wanting that double chrono, so I suppose it gives him that little bit of extra freedom to throw the first one, if you know you definitely have that second one to throw afterwards as well. And he's not too far away from it. But
oh, he's queuing the Lincolns now on Shigetsu.
has he changed his mind? Okay.
I understand that you're playing against the Shadow Shaman, so you want to have that response. But Cybercats, this is a good smoke. Ah, it's gonna get scanned out. They know they're gonna set this one up perfectly on the side of one move.
Okay. Dragon Tail comes off into Shadow Shaman. I think he'll be able to do damage. There's going to be the Fireball now as well. House trying to get himself out the back line. So they've caught out the Snapfire. Snapfire will go down. Snapfire the cookie. He's not gone down just yet. There he goes. And it looks like they're going to try and chase Smiling Knight, though. Are they going to be able to do any damage? Yeah, he's going to be caught inside those Serpent Wards. Is that a double as well? Coming through. As it looks like they're going to be able to take down the damage. You take down the Ember Spirit. 3 heroes dead. 4 heroes with a buyback here on the Snapfire. It's going to be a tier 2 tower as well. I think it was just because of the tree placement that the Serpent Wards looked a little bit weird. And it just caught out. And what can they do now? She gets going to come in with the Chronosphere. The Multiplicitors are going to be coming through now as well with the backline dive. Meldrew, he's going to be able to go in with the Vortex as well. The damage will be there to take down. This is going to be a dieback here on Phasor.
Ashes?
What can he do? Focus. As Afterlife moves himself away, but the TP away from the Storm Spirit as well. So safety not completely guaranteed. They do lose 2 heroes in that fight, but what, they took down 4 or 5?
Luck follows the brave for sure here, because Shigetsu, he killed the Terrorblade, and if he hadn't gotten the bash at the exact time that he did, the Terrorblade would have gotten the Sunder off, and this would have been pretty much been GG. But a really big thing that there happened in the previous fight. So why did it go so well? At the start of the fight, the supports on the side of one move should have died. The problem is that the enemies got scanned. So the Pugna got into a really good position. The Shadow Shaman was in front. They jump on the Shadow Shaman, bam, the crap. Shigetsu uses 3-4 seconds of his BKB, not doing anything, and then Seiyu uses his BKB, jukes around the trees, gets the Hex on the Void, and Shigetsu literally does nothing in that fight. What I like though is that Faceless Void is saving the Chrono. He knows that if he uses it at the start of the fight, that they are literally lost. There's gonna be the crap on whoever used it on. There's gonna be a Wraith Pack, the Nether Ward, and the hero won't take almost any damage in that Chronosphere. Then Sunder comes out, you go out, you still have the Aegis, whatever the case, and you're just gonna lose that fight right off the bat. So Shigetsu being patient, in the end they do get a TB kill though. The fight starts off again.
Handsome, yeah, he's gonna try and get himself out of here with the Gloom Cave, the back line, so they've got the dive, they've even got the Fiend's Root coming through onto the Storm Spirit. Can they do the damage here? Shigetsu still taking a lot of damage, shows the BKB still there, so he's not gonna be hexed up, he's not gonna be shackled. The dive comes through from the Ember Spirit as well. They're gonna be able to dive onto that. I think they're gonna be able to take down Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman's low, but he's not gonna be taken down. And it looks like they're gonna be able to get another couple of support kills here, or they might even find out Focus. Can they take down this Dragon Knight? They can. The shackles there, Shauj, he's not dead just yet, but Smiling Knight comes in and will be able to claim the kill. 3 heroes dead, 2 of them without buyback here on the side of Cybercats, and it looks like one move, the best move, or the one move that they're going to pull, is marching down this bottom lane, looking towards another set of racks maybe.
Yeah, especially with the Demon Zeal and the Terrorblade, he's just gonna be attacking so hard and so fast, and there's almost nothing Cybercats can do about it. They're gonna have the Chrono right now, but at least have to wait for the Snapfire. Let's see, is the Wraith Pack gonna be off cooldown just the second that the Snapfire comes over? So the TB, you can't kill him in the Chrono. This is why Cybercats earlier, they went for a smoke before they came to their base, because with good positioning. Oh, Bango?
Yeah, Afterlife, he's just playing the Canary in the coal mines here. It looks like he's going to be able to get the roll up and then swashbuckle away Chronosphere though. Onto it, Shigetsu. He's got the ultimate kisses flying through onto the Terrorblade. Do they have the damage to take him down? Wraith Pack is there. They're going to be able to turn this around with the shackles coming through from Sayush, and even the Serpent Wards being dropped onto this. It looks like this is going to be game number 1 going the way of one move. And you can see even the little Wraith Pack totem getting in on it, moving itself around. And this is going to be at least Megas. Yeah, with no Faceless Void for the next 75 seconds. They're going to call it. And game number 1 goes the way of one move.
This whole game was one move literally baiting Cybercats to place that Chrono at the start of the fight. The second that Cybercats would do it, they would instantly lose the fight and probably a lot of objectives, and they have been delaying that when she gets to understanding how they need to play the fights. But the problem is that in between those fights, one move we're making better moves. The main one for me, of course, that top one, but there were a lot of small moves that actually got to that point. There is one thing though that I'm gonna say for one move at the start of the game, they didn't defend their towers properly, so it gave Cybercats the opening. The problem is they didn't use it, as we saw in this game, there weren't many kills where the DK would just initiate and Mortimer's Kisses would kill one hero, take over an area for a minute, then go back and be back with when the Mortimer's Kisses are back off cooldown. That is not something that had happened. That has happened a lot in this game, and that is the main reason why Cybercats couldn't capitalize on the big lead they had in the beginning. It was around 4K with 2 towers going their way.
Yeah, so we'll see if Cybercats can they pull it together for this second game, or one move is their experience and just general togetherness from the experience they have going to carry them through a little bit further. We'll find out after the break, guys. Stick around because we're going to have one move versus Cybercats game number 2 coming at you right after this ad break.